35 years ago, I started running, and I've been running almost every day ever since. I was 16, and it was about a week before my GCSE school exams. I decided first thing in the morning before breakfast, I'll go for a run. Throughout that day, I experienced better focus and higher levels of energy, so I thought I'd go again the next day, and again the next day, and again the next day. And by developing this habit, I found that running on a daily basis also gives me a more balanced and more positive outlook on life, and also helps me keep in shape and stay healthy. But it's not always been easy. Around 2006, 2007, I started getting stiff knees. And at one stage, I thought I needed to get my stairs in my home repaired because they were squeaking and creaking so much when I was going down the stairs. But then I realised it wasn't the stairs that were creaking, it was actually my knees. So I thought, oh no, I'm going to have to give up running and maybe start cycling or do something else. But around that time, I discovered barefoot running, which I'm going to tell you something about. And now, 15, 16 years later, I'm still running every day. My knees are no longer stiff, and if anything's creaking when I get down the stairs, it's the stairs and not my knees. So let me tell you something about impact and running posture. Running is a high impact sport, so that's both positive and negative. It's positive because high impact sports increase our bone density, making our bones stronger and less likely to break as we grow older. The negative side is that high impact sports obviously can wear out our joints. However, running posture and running technique can have a huge impact on how much wear and tear you have in your joints. The wrong way to run has really been inspired by many modern running shoes with really thick padding under the heels, because these really encourage you as you're running to put your foot down in front of you, and if I'm moving in this direction, I put my foot down here, all my body weight comes jarring, so it's equivalent of 2 times my body weight, coming jarring down my body. So with barefoot running, it kind of teaches you to go back to the basics and run the right way. Running the right way is actually extremely simple. If you look at any 5 to 10-year-old on a primary school playing field, look at how they run, that's the right way to run. If you look at professional ultra athletes, they also run in the right way. And the right way to run is not to place your foot in front of you, but essentially to place it beneath you, toe first as you're moving forwards. And not to focus really on placing your foot so much, but more focus on lifting your foot and peel it off the ground like a plaster from your heel to your toe with every step. So when I run, I'm kind of focusing on this peeling motion with my foot. In fact, I'm focusing, trying to start that peeling motion of my foot even before it touches the ground, so I can run really lightly. There's also a technique which really helps called needle and cotton. If you imagine the space from the middle of your spine, where your ribs join your spine, to the top of your head, this line should be completely stiff, rock solid, like a needle. And you should lean it slightly forwards to give you forward motion. But the rest of your body should be totally relaxed, like cotton wool. And by adopting these techniques, you can really minimize the impact as you're running and enjoy running much more. But I think everyone would enjoy running a lot more if you can minimize the effort it takes to go running. And this is really where qi, the running, comes in. According to traditional Chinese medicine, qi is the life force, the energy that runs through everyone and everything. So don't spill your qi. In qi running, the technique is you visualize a bowl of liquid energy around your pelvis here, and you should try and keep that really steady. Lean forward slightly, proportionate to your speed as you're moving forwards. And if you focus hard, you can visualize this liquid energy almost carrying you forwards effortlessly, and also catching the impact of each joint. So you can get into a trance where you're moving forwards, being carried forward by this liquid qi energy, and all you're really doing is peeling your feet off the ground, heel to toe, with each step. Another related technique to reduce the effort of running I mentioned that chi is this life force that runs through all of us, but also through everything. So you can focus on objects in the distance, and then imagine their energy pulling you towards them from the top of your head, and that can also help you run effortlessly. But now, mindfulness. And how can you make your running a mindful practice? Our minds are tremendously busy and more distracted. The average person experiences 4,000 different thoughts per day. That's a different thought every 14 seconds. And mindfulness is really the practice of stepping back, not following all these thoughts, but trying to become an observer and just seeing these thoughts come and go. And also an observer of your bodily sensations and the sounds around you. The way you achieve mindfulness is typically to focus on one thing, like your breath. So as you run, you can try and count your in and out breaths. But if you try this the first time, you probably won't even be able to count 10 breaths before losing your count. Another technique, and this is actually my favourite mindfulness technique when I'm running, is to imagine with each in-breath that I'm breathing in my visual field, and with each out-breath, I'm breathing myself out into my visual field. And then if I try really hard to follow the visual field that I'm breathing in to the point where I'm observing from, I eventually discover that I can't find it. And this is actually a wonderful experience and really the cornerstone of mindfulness, because when you discover you can't find it, you kind of lose your ego, you lose your identity, and you realise that life is really just a set of sensory experiences that we have the pleasure to enjoy for as long as we are alive. And it helps you settle into the moment and really enjoy your runs and use it as a way to increase your energy levels and increase your focus. I'd like to invite you to try mindful running, and I've published a series of 10 short podcasts on Google, Apple and Spotify called Mindful Running, where I expand on the tips that I share today. And I wish you many happy running miles, and hopefully you'll be able to run for as many years as I have and still will. Thank you.